Elegant nails, do's and don'ts. Today we're going to discover what type of nails actually look elegant and what nails look unattractive. I don't want you to look tacky in any way or sort. I want you to look like respectable, elegant ladies that you are, and therefore we need to really decode those details. Remember, I talk about the details all the time, how to perfect them in a way that speaks loads about you without actually having to make too much effort. Because I believe that most of us do our nails at some point, right? However, choose an appearance of your nails that will signal that you are a sophisticated lady rather than a tacky lady. My dear elegant ladies, welcome back to another video. Ladies, I'm so happy to have you back here with me, and I want to jump straight into the topic of elegant nails, do's and don'ts, because first of all, we need to definitely talk about what makes nails unattractive. And hands are important. Don't forget that people do notice your hands a lot, because when we talk, like I'm doing right now, we gesticulate with our hands, so they are showing a lot. Therefore, you cannot cheat with the nails because people are going to notice whether you like it or not. Okay, let's talk about what's unattractive. Unattractive nails, I think we all know. Nails that look unhygienic. As an example, those ladies who have longer nails, do they keep them clean underneath here? Very important. Of course, we don't want to have chipped nails or chipped nail polish. I think the chipped nail polish is a serious issue because it really does signal that a person is, how can I say, lazy. However, ladies, there is something called life, and things happen in life, and sometimes a nail polish will chip and we don't have time to urgently go and fix the nail, or sometimes we even have to wait in order to get an appointment. For this reason, I don't think it's a catastrophe if you happen to have chipped nail polish one day. But ladies, it's about you walking around with it and not fixing it that becomes a problem. So please, no chipped nail polish. And I have actually a really good tip if you are somebody who uses regular nail polish and you just feel like you are not keeping up with your nails often enough, because it requires a lot of upkeep if you use a regular nail polish. That's why I personally use shellac, because it simply lasts longer. So that's a little tip from me if you feel like your nail polish chips too often. Now let's talk about elegant nail colors, because of course there are some colors that screams elegance and some that don't. And if you want to have elegant nails in particular, then of course you should apply the more elegant type of code of nail conduct. So those colors are, and I will start with French manicure, not that it is a color, but just so that you understand the concept. French manicure will always be very timeless and very classic and very elegant. Now, one important thing with French manicure though, because French manicure can look tacky, and that's when you have a thick white line. I have here a thin white line, and that's the type of appearance that you should have if you want to have elegant French manicure. Other colors are also classic red, burgundy, nude colors and pink shades. So basically nothing that is too crazy. If you want to have like something a bit more bold, then it's definitely the classic red, the burgundy, but you can actually also do a plum. Colors that are not elegant, on the other hand, are anything that looks artificial. So let's say green, blue, orange, turquoise, you name it. Also neon colors or nail art. Nail art just does not look elegant. I know that there are even affluent ladies who do nail art on their nails, and sometimes it can look cute or interesting. However, I wouldn't call it elegant. I personally think that it looks a little bit juvenile and not so much in the elegant category. But if you want to do nail art, okay, that is up to you. I would personally not do it. However, make sure at least that you find some form of nail art that looks more sophisticated than others, if I can express it that way. Now, how long should a nail be in order to appear elegant? Definitely elegant nails are either short or mid-length. You can have a bit longer nails if you want, but I think that it has to somehow still look natural. Right now we have this big trend of very long nails. I don't really understand any of that, to be honest, but you have to have them natural looking. If you are unsure, try and keep them as short as possible. You can either keep them very short, or I have mine like, well, I wouldn't call this medium, but they're definitely not long. I'm gonna put up a picture on the screen right now to show you an example of how long I think maximum an elegant nail should go, in my personal opinion. Now ladies, I hope you have enjoyed my video. In my next video, 10 tips on how you can look effortlessly expensive and put together, I'm going to give you more tips on how you can look your best. So make sure you watch that video after this video. I will see you there.